Good morning, my friends, Virgos. Control stops at their heart. They've mastered everything else, built companies, commanded teams, created wealth, established power, developed influence, achieved success, constructed empires from vision and will and relentless execution. They control businesses, manage outcomes, direct strategies, determine results. They're used to controlling everything except what they feel for you, that they can't control, that they can't manage, that they can't strategize away, that they can't execute out of existence. That defies every skill that built their empire, every ability that created their success, every capacity that established their power. Because built an empire means significant achievement, means substantial success, means power accumulated, means influence established, means wealth created, means they're someone who achieves, who builds, who creates, who controls, who makes things happen through force of will and strategic thinking and disciplined execution. Empire builders are accustomed to control, to determining outcomes, to making things work, to forcing reality, to align with vision, to bending circumstances to will, to achieving what they decide to achieve. Control is their normal, mastery is their baseline, success is their expectation. And can't build a wall means inability to protect, inability to defend, inability to create barrier, inability to establish distance, inability to separate, inability to insulate. They're trying, they're attempting, they're working to create boundary between what they feel and what they show, between emotion and expression, between heart and action, but failing. The wall won't build, the barrier won't hold, the protection won't establish, the distance won't create, the separation won't maintain. Because what they feel for you is powerful, is overwhelming their usual control, is exceeding their typical management, is defying their standard mastery, is breaking through every attempt at containment, is revealing itself despite every effort to hide, is showing despite every strategy to conceal. Here's what empire builder boss might be. Actual professional boss, superior at work, manager, executive, CEO, founder, leader in organization, person with literal power over your career. Who makes decisions about your position? Who controls your advancement? Who determines your opportunities? Who has professional authority? Actual boss having feelings, creates complexity, creates power dynamics, creates professional risk, creates ethical considerations, creates career implications, creates navigation complexity. Mentor or senior colleague, person established in field, who's achieved what you're building toward, who has influence in industry, who has power through reputation or network or position, who's ahead on trajectory you're following, who could help or hinder career. Mentor having feelings creates different complexity, creates guidance becoming complicated, creates professional relationship shifting, creates opportunity mixing with attraction, entrepreneur or business owner, person who built successful venture, who has wealth, who has influence, who has established position, who's in your circle professionally or socially, who's achieved empire but not your direct boss. Entrepreneur having feelings creates possibility, creates less direct power dynamic, creates more equal footing potentially, creates relationship forming without hierarchical complexity. Someone, metaphorically boss, dominant personality, natural leader, person who commands rooms, who others follow, who has natural authority, who builds things, who achieves consistently, who has power through character, not just position. Metaphorical boss having feelings creates interesting dynamic, creates alpha energy meeting genuine emotion, creates dominance encountering vulnerability, creates control meeting loss of control. This reflection invites you to consider, who might this empire building boss be actual superior, mentor, entrepreneur, metaphorically dominant person? If someone came to mind, that's probably them. That's who's struggling to wall off feelings. That's whose control is failing around you. Trust your recognition. This reflection invites you to consider, how do you feel about them potentially having feelings interested, uncertain, flattered, concerned, attracted, conflicted. Your feelings reveal reciprocity level, reveal whether attraction is mutual, reveal what complications exist. Feelings are data about your interest and readiness. What can't build a wall looks like specific evidence. They look at you differently. Attention lingers. Eyes track. Gaze holds longer than professional. They watch you when they think unobserved. They notice details. They remember things. They focus on you in ways that exceed professional necessity. Looking differently signals interest beyond professional, signals attraction operating, signals attention that's personal, not just business. They treat you differently, softer tone when speaking to you, more patience with your questions, extra time for your concerns, special consideration for your needs, different energy around you than around others, behavior that singles you out. Treating differently reveals you're not just another employee or colleague, reveals special status, reveals feelings influencing behavior despite attempts at professionalism. They create reasons for interaction, unnecessary meetings, extra check-ins, questions that could be emailed, projects that require your involvement, conversations that extend beyond needed, finding excuses for proximity, manufacturing contact opportunities. Creating contact demonstrates wanting to be near you, demonstrates seeking interaction, demonstrates feelings driving behavior, demonstrates wall failing because creating closeness instead of distance. They remember personal details, your preferences, your stories, your interests, your background, things shared casually that they retained, details beyond professional necessity, information that reveals attention and care. Remembering details indicates you matter beyond role, indicates genuine interest, indicates personal investment, indicates feelings creating attentiveness. They're protective of you, defensive when others criticize, concerned about your well-being, invested in your success beyond what position requires, advocating for you, supporting beyond expected, shielding from difficulty where possible. Protection reveals care, reveals emotional investment, reveals feelings driving actions, reveals wanting you safe and successful and valued. They struggle with professionalism around you, moments where mask slips, instances where feelings show, lapses where control fails, times when usual composure breaks. Vulnerability appearing briefly before walls attempt to rebuild. Struggling reveals effort, reveals they're trying to hide but failing, reveals feelings are strong enough to override control, reveals wall can't fully build. What their feelings create for them, internal conflict, conflict between professional and personal, between what position requires and heart wants, between maintaining boundaries and pursuing connection, between ethical considerations and emotional desires, between career responsibilities and personal feelings. Conflict creates stress, creates internal war, creates tension between competing needs, creates difficulty they're unaccustomed to, creates problem they can't solve through usual means, vulnerability they're unused to. Empire builders are accustomed to control, to mastery, to certainty, to competence. Feelings create vulnerability, create uncertainty, create lack of control, create being affected despite not wanting to be, create exposure. Vulnerability feels threatening, feels uncomfortable, feels risky, feels like weakness to person who built success on strength, creates attempting to wall off but wall won't build. Fear of consequences, professional repercussions, career risks, reputation damage, ethical violations, power dynamic issues, organizational complications, personal exposure, rejection possibility, complication creation. Fear creates hesitation, creates attempts to suppress, creates trying to hide, creates working to maintain distance, but feelings persist despite fear. Emotions continue despite risk. Attraction remains despite consequences. Inability to use usual tools. Can't strategize feelings away. Can't execute emotions into non-existence. Can't manage heart like business. Can't control attraction like market. Can't build wall like empire. Usual competence doesn't apply. Typical mastery doesn't work. Inability creates frustration, creates person who's accustomed to success experiencing failure, creates competence meeting impotence, creates control encountering helplessness, creates master becoming novice, what you should do if feelings are mutual. Assess power dynamics carefully if actual boss. Significant complications exist. Professional risks are real. Ethical considerations matter. Career implications exist. Careful navigation required. Understanding risks is essential. Power dynamics create complexity, create need for wisdom, create requirement for careful consideration, create necessity for honest assessment. If interested, communicate boundaries clearly. What's acceptable, what's not, what timing would work, what circumstances would allow, what protections are needed, what clarity is required. Explicit communication matters. Clear boundaries create safety, create structure, create ethical framework, create navigating complexity responsibly. Don't rush into anything. Empire builder energy can be intense, can be overwhelming, can sweep you along, can create moving faster than wise. Slow down, think clearly, assess carefully, choose consciously. Slow movement creates wisdom, creates deciding from clarity, not just attraction, creates honoring yourself, creates avoiding regret. If actual boss, consider external factors, organizational policies, professional ethics, career implications, colleague perceptions, future complications, whether relationship worth professional risk. External factors matter, create real consequences, create affecting more than just two people, create requiring serious consideration, and trust yourself to decide whether pursue or not, whether risk is worth reward, whether feelings justify complications, whether timing is right, whether person is right, your decision, your assessment, your choice, what you should do if feelings are not mutual. Set clear professional boundaries, maintain distance, keep interactions professional, don't encourage, don't lead on, don't create ambiguity. Clarity serves everyone. Professional boundaries, protect you, protect them, protect situation, create appropriate relating. If actual boss and uncomfortable document patterns, if behavior becomes inappropriate, if boundary violations occur, if pressure happens, documentation protects. Evidence matters if situation escalates. Documentation is protection, is ensuring safety, is creating record, is preparing for worst while hoping for best. Don't feel guilty for not reciprocating. Their feelings are theirs. You're not responsible. You're not obligated. You're allowed to not feel same, allowed to not be interested, allowed to maintain professional distance. No guilt necessary. Their feelings don't create your obligation. Their attraction doesn't require your reciprocation. Their vulnerability doesn't demand your response. And if behavior becomes inappropriate, address directly or escalate. You deserve professional environment, deserve respect, deserve boundaries being honored. Inappropriate behavior, regardless of who from, requires addressing. What empire builder boss struggling reveals you're exceptional. Empire builders are selective, are discerning, are accustomed to best. If they are affected, you're remarkable. You're extraordinary. You're rare. You triggered response in person who doesn't respond easily. Being exceptional validates your qualities, validates your impact, validates your worth, reveals power of authentic connection, reveals that success and wealth and influence and power don't insulate from feelings, reveals that empire and walls and control don't protect heart, reveals that genuine connection transcends status, reveals humanity persists despite achievement. Connection power demonstrates feelings are universal, demonstrates achievement doesn't eliminate vulnerability, demonstrates humanity, connects everyone, reveals vulnerability exists in strength, reveals empire builders feel deeply despite appearing controlled, reveals success doesn't eliminate emotional need, reveals power doesn't prevent longing, reveals achievement doesn't remove desire for connection. Vulnerability in strength is beautiful, is human, is reminder that everyone needs, everyone feels, everyone wants connection regardless of success. The power is yours. It always has been. This boss built empire, but can't build wall around what feel for you. And whether actual superior, mentor, entrepreneur, or metaphorically dominant, their struggle to wall off feelings shows in looking differently, treating specially, creating contact, remembering details, being protective, struggling with professionalism, and your job is assessing power dynamics carefully if mutual, communicating boundaries if interested, not rushing, considering external factors, trusting yourself to decide, or if not, mutual, setting professional boundaries, documenting if needed, releasing guilt, addressing inappropriate behavior, and recognizing this reveals your exceptional power of connection, vulnerability in strength. Take what resonates, softly release the rest, trust yourself. And listen, if feelings are mutual, if timing is right, if complications are navigable, if both are willing, something beautiful could build. Empire builder who meets genuine connection. Person who's achieved everything professionally, discovering what matters personally. Success meeting meaning. Achievement encountering authentic feeling. But if complications are too significant, if timing is wrong, if feelings aren't mutual, if risks outweigh rewards, that's valid too. You're allowed to not reciprocate, allowed to maintain boundaries, allowed to prioritize career, allowed to choose differently, allowed to say no. Their feelings, however intense, however genuine, don't obligate your response. What matters is your truth, your feelings, your assessment, your boundaries, your choice. They built empire, impressive, but can't build wall around feelings for you. That reveals your impact, your significance, your exceptionalness. Receive that awareness. Honor yourself in navigating it. Choose wisely for you. Take care.